there were many flashes with this young quarterback.
And they come out throwing. Bucks came out running, and that's a first down catch up at the 31-yard line. Second down 10. Pickett throwing, unrolling, and far to sideline again. That's Johnson. Took that spot.
They might have an opportunity to compete in the AFC.
This is Warren, who has Jalen Warren across midfield, close to another first down. Second, Devin White and Levante David, their top two tacklers of last year, and all of their starters in the secondary. As Pickett is looking for room and completes again to Johnson.
I'm not going to say he's a freak, but there's a good chance that you got something beautiful on your hands with this young player.
On third down, pocket protected on a nice throw and completion down inside the 10 and in for a touchdown. George Pickens.
Well, he finally got this guy involved, George Pickens. And George Pickens, you see him at the top of the screen in man-to-man coverage against McCollum. And that ball is so perfectly placed behind the linebacker, 52, KJ Britt, and inside of your corner. And then this guy, he's good.
He's only 5'8", but it allowed him to stay close to the ground to miss that tackle. Baker is going to have to outrun the rush and completes Trey Palmer.
But he's still very productive.
Devin Tompkins has it up to the 35. A little creativity there. Steelers pressure, quick pass. Extra pressure. Trubisky has to get rid of it. There's nobody there. Bright orange at one time as the handoff is to Chase Edmonds. Best offensive run.
Trying to make their mark, and his preseason needs to be good. He's going to showcase himself.
Nice throw, Mayfield, did he hang in the second quarter? Mayfield floats one for the end zone, and the catch where his feet in. Trey Palmer. That's a Buccaneer touchdown.
Wow, what a throw. But let me tell you what, this is why teams missed on this guy. He went to the University of Nebraska, obviously a much maligned program the past couple of years, more focused on the run. But in one season, he broke their all-time leading reception record. It's because of making plays like that and showing that want to be that number 2 back here in Tampa.
Trubisky down the sideline. The coverage is good, and it's taken away. Did he hang on for the interception? He did. Zion McCollum.
Man-to-man coverage, you see it at the bottom of the screen, is at the line of scrimmage. He wins at the line of scrimmage. It gives him a chance to stay in phase, and then just the concentration, man. That is a great pick by the second-year player. Also a twin, by the way. I don't know if all of y'all know that.
Yeah, I know you're big on twin. Mayfield is very comfortable with. Throws and open at midfield. Kalen
actually calling plays. I think that's helping him in his first play calling duties here.
Vaughn will not get the first down. He'll lose yardage. There was no
actually calling plays. I think that's helping him in his first play calling duties here.
Vaughn will not get the first down. He'll lose yardage. There was nowhere for him to go. They only have 3 head coaches in their history. An inside handoff to Calvin Austin, who goes down the sideline. Just inside the 25 of the Bucs. There is time. Trubisky completes for a first down. First down. McFarland to the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. Anthony McFarland gets Pittsburgh the lead here in the second quarter.
Watch him at the end of the line of scrimmage right here. He's the guy that they're asking the question is, are you going to make this tackle in space? And I think he got confused whether or not the safety up there at the line of scrimmage who's going to be the force player on the outside, or he had to fit inside, or vice versa between those two.
Opportunity to at least compete for a starting set. Set to throw. And delivers right on target at the 45 for a fourth down. That's David Moore.
Looking for out of his quarterbacks here in Tampa.
Yeah, he's hit machine-like. That's what he'd like to see more of from Trask. He's got a receiver, but it's picked off. Throw was a little bit late. And the Steelers get a takeaway. Trenton Thompson ran in front of the intended target.
But he's been lighting it up with so many splash plays in practice. Keep an eye on big number 8, not that big, number 8 in the middle.
And they almost get him as he threw it away. Cam Gill. They're going to call him, let's see if he calls him down. Got most of the work the backfield. The pressure is picked up. And Trask is going to go down.
2-minute drill. The one thing that you need is a positive play on first down. Don't get it. But
quick toss to Palmer. He gets out of bounds.
Gets out of bounds on second down and can still find a way to get this drive start.
Jordan Bird back to receive the Camarda punch. This will bounce. This is something he's worked on. It rolls out of bounds. Still, they'll start.
4-string players in here, but 2-minute drill right before the half. Got to put some pressure on the quarterback.
Pass is complete to the 30. Connor Hayward again.
He fits the profile. Obviously, he needs to gain a little bit of weight to the NFL caliber, but the guy has made some really good plays in practice so far.
They got him bottled up at the 34-yard line. We'll give Cam Gill credit again. He had that sack a moment ago. Thank you, Andy Alford, for all you do for the Bucs broadcast side of the UFLA after that star. Hesitation here. He's going to try and run into field goal range. Sliding. Did he get something quick? He completes. That's Cody White. No timeouts. They bring him down. They're going to have to hustle or spike it. He's 2 for 2 with extra points, and he nails the 3. And that will bring after a 2-yard pickup. Rudolph inside the 30.
It has opened up the playbook so much for offensive coordinator.
Some time, but out of the pocket. Sickles is receiver.
But all you want to do is make him not pass the line of scrimmage. You do a great job there.
43-yard field goal try. It's up there. It's out there. And he worked it through there. P.T. Potter.
Finished his run with a lot of violence.
Pressure on Trask. He is going to go down. It's a sack for the Steelers. It's at the 35. Nick Herbert with the quarterback. The receivers when he's in there. Trask will get the start against the Jets, and then Baker will follow. That's Palmer again.
And he's got a community for him, all the way from his teammates to everybody in this community supporting him.
And back to the field, Calvin Austin for the touchdown on a rainbow throw from Mason Rudolph.
That was just speed versus Bucs corner, who was not fast enough to keep up. And I didn't even see who this corner was as we were talking about Shaq Barrett. Now it's Derek Pitts, and look, Mount. They're veterans on the team. Mount is the potential starter.
David Moore.
Ganicki's still in it. David Moore.
And moving up across midfield with a big first down. Entire career with the Bucs.
All I wanted to do was hear James Eckler call my touchdowns.
That Eagle in his class versus the Eagles is classic. Caleb Geiger. Offensive coordinator, Kurt Warner was with his son played there. And another sack. He barely had time to gather in the football. Nick Herbert again. Opportunity for the Bucs defense on a 3rd down 8. Blitz is on. Passes. Pop of the tackle is made, and it's 4th down. Bell, as soon as he hauled it in, was brought down by Kendrick Indianapolis and the Steelers. Playing for the Rams. Comes out throwing. Catch sliding at the 35. A 3rd and 6. Wolford. Double coverage.
And we can call you RB1, literally. That's why you did it. This running back room, you guys, a tight-knit group, and you got a veteran coming in here as well.
All scoring plays, takeaways, turnovers, all. So they got it right, and an interception. So they still get their second takeaway.
Do something else about it. Look 51 right in your screen. Watch him read the quarterback. There's a timing route, and he was making a play for the ball before the receiver was. Great job by J.J. Russell here, getting their second turnover of the day, and I love linebackers that catch the football. So many of them knock them down. Look at those hands.
Tucker, he gets the first down. Sean Tucker, and he gets the Bucs touchdown. The rookie free agent from Syracuse. There is a flag down, however. Hold everything.
Holding offense, number 60. That 10-yard penalty will be enforced in the spot of the foul. Replay, 3rd down.
35-yard field goal try. He takes care of it.
Ironically, both of these kickers were Colts a year.
Yeah, those two the most tenured Bucks. We didn't see without Big David today. Glad to have him back. Excellent defense, batted away.
Offensive coordinator evolved in Tampa Bay here.
The pitch. Tay Barber gets the first down. 2 turnovers. Coaches are prohibited from challenging. Pass is to the left.
Good throw.
That was Barber. Great save. Barber didn't hang out.
Some of the decisions were starting to be made in the front office, and Jason White, general manager.
Pressure comes out. It's loose. Steelers are on it. All the way back is Broderick Jones, the rookie, their first rounder from Georgia.
The Jets, and then play at MetLife, and then I can't wait for that last game. See the newly minted Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens, who I think have a chance to be one of the really good teams in football this year. They got, I think, the most complete roster.
Watching poor Dad go down to the Steelers.
Steelers having a good night tonight, Dan. Pass is on target and held on to by Tanner Tala.
I like the way he performs. Goldberg.
Catch made and moving upfield, David Wells. Fire for the end zone at the goal line. They're saying Payne Durham has a touchdown. You'll watch this close. He was right at the goal line when he hauled it in.
Payne Durham,
the
rookie. Yeah, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, he was in the end zone.
If they call that possession, if it hits his hands and he has possession, let's see. He's in the end zone.
There.
You really need to see it from the other side because it looked like he double caught.
Kalen Geiger has kind of misjudged a few here. He better do something with this. He has this at the 40. And to the 44, the ball comes out, and it looks like the Steelers are on it in there.
One of those two guys in all reality.
Bucks are out of timeouts. Todd Bowles